What's your first impression of China?
It's like a really big modern city.
That was kind of like long time ago.
Like some things that we would consider rude in the United States is not really considered rude here. Another culture shock is definitely the toilets. Like they don't have.
If I lived in Shanghai for 1 year, I'd have a very different opinion on China than if I lived here.
Before I came here, I thought when you come to China, everything is like very, very cheap. Like it's like.
And she's calling her mom. She's like, "No, look, la wai. And in that moment,
Hello guys, this is Aiden from China. Welcome back to my channel. This video is about what are foreigners' first impression of China and what are some interesting stories when they travel in China. My channel will be very useful if you're planning to come travel or study living in China. So if you haven't subscribed me yet, do it. So let's get started. So thank you so much for saying yes to my interview, and can you briefly introduce yourself?
Okay, yes. I'm Isabella and I'm actually from Germany, and I'm here with my boyfriend. He's doing an internship at MTU, and currently I'm here for 1 month, and I'm planning on staying for maybe 1 or 2 months longer. And yeah, it's my first time in China.
Interesting. What's your first impression of China?
It's like a really big modern city. Everything is so different to Germany, I think. You have many digital stuff. Everything depends on digital things. And that was my first impression, because when I came here I didn't have WeChat. And then I realized if you don't have WeChat, nothing is working. So that was really interesting.
What else you didn't have besides WeChat?
Alipay, I think, and yeah, all my German applications, of course, because some things are not working.
You just can't download it.
Yes, I couldn't download anything. So yeah, but now it's working, and now it's really fine, because now you get really into like the living in China, because when you have all the applications, then you can do all the stuff. For example, taking these blue rental bikes. It's really interesting. I really like them.
It's the sheer
and
bike.
Yes, and now it's working because I have all the applications for it, and that's cool.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Okay, yeah, my name is Jacob. I'm from America, or United States, specifically Texas.
Okay, what city are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas. Yeah.
Okay, can you say something like sound very Texas style?
Sound very okay. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What was your first impression of China?
So China, my first impression to get off the plane and come. Well, I've actually been prior, but I've been to Beijing and Shanghai, and I would say like those are more tourist-friendly cities, I think. And when you come here specifically to Guangzhou, I would say it's like a little bit more like grind, like on the grind specifically. Yeah, coming here, but it was a little difficult, like at first. Yeah, for sure, especially coming from Western culture.
What are some difficulty traveling in China?
So like I would say like the most difficult thing, like I didn't understand like most like public places don't have restrooms or toilets inside the physical building. So like if you go to a restaurant and you want to go to the restroom, you got to like go outside and then go to the restroom, where in America it's like, the toilet is connected to the, so it's very convenient. Also, when you go outside and down the street, like it's like a hole in the ground, and so like most Americans are not, at all like accustomed, something.
I guess like you have to compare it to like America, like in the city or like not in the city, maybe.
So America's very big and sprawling. You guys like build up.
True.
America like builds out. Like it doesn't matter what city you're in, pretty much. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of space in America. So even driving, or like the proximity, like I've also noticed like how close people will get to you.
Yeah.
Like in China is like you can get your ass kicked in America for like being really close to somebody like that, or just for like cutting somebody off, like.
Rude.
It's very disrespectful in America. People love their personal space. Like if you cannot go like this, like in America, and somebody's like right up on you, but here it's like they don't really mind, So it's like I'm like, why are you so close to me?
Dude, there's a saying on internet like China is not for beginners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It's like I guess like some things that we would consider rude in the United States is not really considered rude here, or disrespectful.
What else are some culture shock do you experience?
Yeah. Another culture shock is definitely the toilets. Like they don't have toilet paper, so I was like the first time I'm like, man, I'm like, what is going on? Like, there's no toilet paper. So like, I had to learn that the hard way. Pack your toilet paper. Cause like I'm like, oh my god, like, and then like I gotta go find some toilet paper, you know, like
for sure.
This is not normal. And they're like, and I'm like, why don't y'all have toilet paper in the toilet? And they're like, oh, because the elders steal it. I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah, that's true. It happens.
Why would the old people want to take the toilet paper?
Now it has like a little vending machine outside the restaurant. You can
And I'm
scan
like,
it.
how do I pay for stuff? Like, that's another culture shock. Like, I couldn't.
Yeah, everything
I
is
couldn't
in
pay-
Chinese.
Yeah, I couldn't pay for anything. It was really difficult. Like, I was really frustrated because like, the other thing is like you can only spend so much money per like month, I guess, like per bank account. So I was opening up like several different bank accounts because I couldn't spend over X amount of dollars in one account. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of Santo?
My first impression of Shantou was my first impression of China, so I was a bit confused. Like my biggest shock when I came, I didn't know about the toilets.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa, what the hell? But no, it was after like 2 weeks, I was kind of like, okay, I'm settled in. And then I think for the first 2 weeks, I didn't leave the campus. I stayed here. And then I went outside and explored. At that time, 5 years ago, Tuopu was not the same. It was very, Yeah. And even in the city centre, there wasn't many things to do, but it was cool. But then I came back this time, and now it's like completely different. There's so many things to do.
I mean, Santo is like a kind of like a countryside. Like, what's your reason living in the countryside part of China?
I do it everywhere. Anywhere I live, I don't like to live in the big cities because I feel like you don't understand the country properly if you live in the big city. Because it's like if I moved here and I lived in, let's say, Shanghai. If I lived in Shanghai for 1 year, I'd have a very different opinion on China than if I lived here. Because I'd think, wow, like the whole of China is a big city. Like they have like the metro everywhere. Like it's so like big. But no, you come to Shantou and it's complete opposite. You know, so it's nice to see like both sides. I like to go to them to travel, but I would never live in a big city. So even like Germany, I did the same thing. Countryside. In Spain, where I live, countryside. I never pick big cities ever.
And why you do this stuff? I mean, like, why you do the things for foreigners, impressions about China?
Because no one's doing it.
Really?
No one's doing it on YouTube. Like,
Why are you not doing it for Douyin?
Oh, I hate
Right?
Douyin. I felt like because like I'm kind of giving advice for foreigner who wants to come to China.
You know, if you will do this stuff for Chinese, I mean for Chinese auditory, for Chinese people, it's gonna be like very, very popular for you.
I'm already popular.
Just go it, keep it real, bro.
Thank you so much. Yeah, authentic, of course. So let's start it, I guess.
All right.
Thank you so much. And can you briefly introduce yourself?
My name is Vasily. I'm 30 years old. I'm staying in China, in Guangzhou, around almost 10 years.
I have a first question. Is what was your first impression when you came to China?
That was kind of like long time ago, you know. It was back to 2011. I came here to study in some university, Huanan Ligon Daxue. It's kind of popular university here. And the first time I came, it was kind of culture shock. Because like China has changed a lot since that time. And Chinese people there at that time, they were like very surprised about foreigners. Especially those guys who have like blue eyes, like white hairs and all the stuff. And no matter where you go, they will follow you. For example, you go from the left corner to the right one just to buy a bottle of water, and they will follow you.
Follow you?
Yeah,
Stalk
follow. I mean, like not even girls, men's, everybody. And especially like old people, you know, they like would like to communicate. But at that time I didn't know Chinese language, and they tried to speak to me in Chinese. I didn't know any Chinese, and it was like kind of awkward situation, but it was okay. So as for my expression, I was shocked because like, you know, there are so many things what we don't like about like being manner, you can call like this. For example, people can shouting too much, I don't know, not taking shower every day. And in China it's like many people, right? And
people don't shower every day in China.
yeah, sure. I mean, like, especially at that time, when you're going, for example, to some subway, and in some, you know, like some hot time when it's like too many people are crowded so much.
Is it still happening
Right
today?
now
or-
it's less and less. Right now, because like, you know, it was the pandemic, right? COVID-19 thing, and I was out. And then after 3 years, I came back and I was pretty shocked about the way how Chinese people, I mean, normal Chinese people, young ones, old ones, what they're doing. They are like getting more polite to foreigners about many things. Even like you're doing business. Before we used to sign every contract with everything what we are purchasing. Right now we don't. Right now it's like happening like this. You just get cash, you go into the factory or to the shop, You just giving them money, they even give you some sort of receipt. That's it. No need to do anything more.
I have a last question. Do you speak Chinese?
Yes.
Can you show off some? Can you briefly introduce yourself in Chinese?
我叫瓦西里，就是跟我的英文的名字一样。我对你们所有的外国人来说，欢迎来到中国。中国其实很开放的国家，这边的有很多很和平的、很有意思的人，有机会就来这边。不管你们来这边学习、读书，或者做生意，或者做其他的东西，你们欢迎来到这边。中国人其实很不错，虽然那么多人。来。
Your Chinese is amazing.
No. Just some.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh, do I have to say thank you so much for say yes? Because just not many people will say yes.
It's okay, no problem. It's my pleasure.
Okay. Can you briefly introduce yourself? Like, where are you from?
All right, my name is Yahya Buhari Ali. I am from Nigeria. I am a businessman. I came to China last 2 weeks for the Canton Fair, and then after the fair, I stopped by to buy some things for my company.
So let's start with what was your first impression of China?
Well, before I came here, I thought when you come to China, everything is like very, very cheap. Like it's like people will give you things free. But when I came, I realized things are quite, the prices are quite good and not cheap, but not very expensive. You only get the cheap side of things when you're buying in containers, when you're buying large. But overall, the city is beautiful. I went to the zoo yesterday, and I went to Canton tour, and I went for a boat cruise. So China is a very beautiful city, and I loved my stay.
Interesting. Do you feel uncomfortable when you hang out on the street and get too much attention?
Dude, let me tell you this story. So I went to the zoo the other day with my fiance, right? And we're walking, and we get to the lion's cage, right? So we're standing there, and I'm like, no, we're just looking at the lion. And here comes a little kid, and she's calling her mom. She's like, no, look, la wai. And in that moment, I'm like, I realized, like, dude, I'm at the zoo, and this children is pointing at me like I'm like the monkey in the cage, you know? Fuck, I was like, yeah.
Jesus.
That was hilarious. So yeah, it's at times it feels uncomfortable. I think it really depends on your personality. You could either choose to like just embrace it, or you can have a problem with it. You know, like I've seen different people react different. Like some people just get angry. Some people just enjoy the ride. You know, it's different. Yeah.
Sorry, man, I can stop laughing.
No, it's chill, bro. It's chill.
I have another question for you. And what's your advice for people who want to come visit China?
Well, I would say like another thing here as well is going to be the heat. Like it is really hot in Guangzhou, China. So if you're in the south, I guess it's really hot. Like I've been to the north part of China. It's like a little bit cooler temperature. But I didn't know this either, is that a lot of places don't put their temperatures less than 26 degrees. I did not know that. So like in America, that's also uncommon, or 26 degrees Celsius. So that's also uncommon, I would say. In America, you know, public places will put their temperature much lower.
That's true.
Like
feels like freezing inside.
Almost, yeah.
Here,
yeah.
people are afraid of cold.
Yeah, people are afraid of cold. Like I'll be taking a DD, and I'll be like, man, I'm like, I had like almost 3 heat exhaustions, I would say, like last year. Like I'm like visibly like sick, throwing up, like etc. And I'd be like, man, please turn down the air conditioner. They'd be like, no, you're gonna get sick. I'm like, I'm sick right now. Like I'm dying of like heat, like exhaustion. Like they won't do it. They won't turn it down. And the other thing is like the air doesn't really move. Where in the United States, like they're kind of like circulating the air in and out. Like here, it's more like dead air.
It's small because there's a lot of buildings here.
Yeah, a lot of buildings.
Blocks all the airflow.
Yeah, and I'm expecting to go into a building and it be freezing, and it's like 98 degrees outside. You walk into a building and it's like 80.
Dude. And also Guangzhou is kind of weird because geographically has no ocean around it, so it feels like a pot, like a steam pot.
Yes.
That's what people say about Guangzhou.
Very humid. Yeah.
I'm from Zhuhai. Zhuhai is better.
Oh, it's a lot better. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Here I'm like, whew. I don't know how I can handle it. But yeah, advice-wise, I would say, you're gonna need a visa. What else? I would say download all your apps. Like definitely, I didn't know that either. Like I didn't know that you had to pay like with a phone, you know.
Digital.
I would say like if you're going to stay here for an extended period of time, like you're going to have to get a bank account. And I'm probably unlike normal people. Like I spend a lot of money, doing business, etc. So, but if you're just common person, just make sure that you have your finances in order. I would say like how you're going to spend your money, and then translators, like any type of translate apps or whatever. I guess like WeChat has translator in it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but it only happen when it only can be used in the checkbox.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
like
in the
an
checkbox,
AI
yeah.
something.
Yeah, it's not AI, yeah. Which I've heard they got AI now that like you can actually translate as you're speaking.
I know OpenAI has
Yeah.
the new function.
What? Wow. I didn't try
OpenAI.
that. Yeah.
I saw it this morning on Instagram.
Yeah, and I would say another like common. I would say another thing is like a lot of people do not speak English at all. I'm really surprised how many people. I thought like there was going to be like a significant amount of people like I don't know. Like I think almost no one speaks English like fluently. Like when you started talking to me, I was like, what? That's crazy. Like I normally just go about my day just not talking to anybody.
And also a lot of places don't take Visa cards.
Yeah, they don't take cards. They just pay by QR code, which is kind of complicated. I have two phones, so one is my US and one is my China phone.
That's my next level. Thank you so much. Are you married?
No.
Oh, well, get yourself a Chinese wife.
Yeah, I need to find a Chinese girl, right?
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, bro. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
You guys have a good journey.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. Very appreciate all these guests providing very valuable and interesting experience of their own. Are you thinking about coming to China to travel? If you have any concerns, leave in the comment below. If you have some misunderstanding about Chinese culture, something interesting, something weird, we can share. Like, I'm very sure other people will be interested in it too. So, see you guys in the next video. I am also planning to interview local Chinese people. Something that foreigners shouldn't do, something that should do. I don't know. So, see you guys in the next video.